I don't even know what to say. I was not planning on making a video today. Y'all know I don't post a whole lot just because I've got a lot going on. I can't video at school. Would never want to. You know, I try to live my life and not have YouTube be my life, if that makes any sense. I wish other people did the same, but that's not the case. I guess this is a response video to some hate I've gotten about my cancer. Guys, let me just say this before I go into this story. I'm tired. I'm tired of mean, ugly, bitter, black-hearted people. I'm tired of it all. I can't take it. You know, there are just a few people in this world who are ugly to me. And they do these thinly veiled, stupid, pointless comments to me about ridiculous things. And it's all so immature that I just always rise above it. I've been taught to rise above ignorance, and that's exactly what it is, ignorance. You are ignorant to the things that have been said to me. But, I mean, that kind of stuff, it really doesn't bother me. It doesn't. But I'm talking about mean-spirited, below the jugular, if that's even a term, comments. I just posted my cancer story, and despite what some ridiculous, irrational people say, I did have cancer. I don't know why I am having to defend that to people, because frankly, it's none of their business. But I guess if I need to get Dr. Kurt Towers' oncology report and Dr. Stanley Smith's report and Dr. Robert Chandler's report and Dr. Jack Sanford, I mean, maybe you're smarter than all four of those doctors. Are you smarter than all four of those doctors who say, and that's not even counting the doctor who found my breast cancer. I mean, maybe they're all wrong and you're right, and I didn't have cancer. I just had the gene. Sorry. You're not smarter than all those doctors, nor am I. I'm just a stupid kindergarten teacher. I just posted the video that told you my story, and in it I said, truthfully, I had breast cancer. I no longer have breast cancer. I had breast cancer. They did a mastectomy, a bilateral mastectomy, because they told me I didn't have a choice. It was that because the cancer was going to come back. I had to have it. Okay, so I did. Then they found out that I had the BRCA2 cancer mutation. It's a genetic mutation. That means that the people who have it are more prone to cancer than others. It doesn't mean that I have all the cancers. It means that I'm more prone. They found out that I had that because I was 36 years old and a non-smoker, fit, white woman who had breast cancer. That doesn't happen often. Not saying it never happens. Before the bitter, miserable people say that I did. I didn't say that. I said I have ductal carcinoma in situ, and that is breast cancer of the milk ducts. Look it up. That's what I had. And then I had the mastectomies. And then I found out I had the gene. And so Dr. Kurt Tower, the leading oncologist at West Clinic, said, because you have the gene, you will need to have a hysterectomy. Because with the genetic mutation patients, where there is breast cancer, there will be ovarian cancer soon following, as in 6 months to a year. Now, because that exact thing happened to my Aunt Dot. She had breast cancer, and then within the year, she had ovarian cancer. I know that that's true. And even if she didn't, because the doctor, along with 4 others, told me the same thing on 4 different occasions, I know it's true. So, because he said it, I did it. Did I want to have a hysterectomy? No, I wanted to have more children. That's a whole nother story. Whole nother heartache. So, I had a mastectomy because I had breast cancer. I had a hysterectomy because I have the gene and I don't want ovarian cancer. Now let's talk about my stage 1. I apologize to everyone because I just had stage 1. No, I didn't have chemo and radiation, but I know the horrible effects of chemo and radiation because my father went through it twice. He's had cancer 2 times. And they told him that it was stage 4. It was everywhere. I saw the PET scans. It was everywhere. He had chemo and they beat it. Then it came back. And because he had had chemo and radiation for esophageal cancer, he can't have it again. So they told him they were going to do surgery, and if it didn't work, he would die. So they cut his esophagus out, and they moved his stomach up to his chest. His esophagus is this long now. And it worked. And that he was in the hospital for a month, a solid month. He suffered greatly. Wish he didn't have to, but he did. I suffered greatly. I wish I didn't have to, but I did. Now, I didn't tell everybody about that because people who spread this all over social media, people who tell everybody their entire business are looking for attention, and I wasn't. I just wanted to get well. I didn't even tell some people who were closest to me what was going on because that's not what people want to hear. They want Shauna to smile and say, oh, I've got this. People had t-shirts made, you got this. I beat it. It was fine. There was never any question that I wasn't going to beat it because it was just stage 1. I'm sorry that it wasn't stage 4. I'm sorry I didn't have to have chemo and radiation. Personally, I thank God for that every single day. I watched my mother-in-law go through hell. Pure hell. She didn't live. She passed away in March. I would not wish chemo and radiation and the effects of cancer on anyone. If you talk to people who work in the cancer industry, they say there is no little bit of cancer. You have it or you don't. It's like saying that you're, a little pregnant. You either are or you're not. And until you live through it yourself, until you have cancer, you can't talk about it. You know, I watched my father go through hell twice. I watched my mother-in-law go through hell. Worst time of my life. Of everyone's life who was involved with it. Worst time of her children's lives. That's all I can say about that. I don't know what else to say. Other than it was horrid. And I didn't have to go through all that, thank God. I have a friend I went to high school with, precious Laura Duncan Bivens. Precious girl. Inside and out. Beautiful. She's struggling. She's fighting for her life right now. I didn't have to fight for my life. There are others who are having to fight for their lives, and I'm dead. I pray to God every night for those people, every night. But it doesn't make me any less of a cancer survivor, but most importantly, it doesn't make me a liar for saying that I did have stage 1 breast cancer in my breasts, and that because I have the BRCA2 gene, I had to have a hysterectomy. I've never said I had ovarian cancer, and let this be known. If you have ever judged someone who dealt with a life-threatening disease, then you are a bitter, miserable, pathetic person. And you will lead a bitter, miserable, pathetic life until you decide to change your heart. You need prayers, and I will pray for all of you. I am not perfect. I talk about people when I shouldn't. I think ugly thoughts about people when I shouldn't. But I have never, and I will never, judge someone who is struggling with their health. Never. If you have a real illness, I'm so sorry. My worst enemy wouldn't wish it on anyone. Anyone. And if you talk about others who have gone through what you have never experienced yourself, then you are a sad individual. My mother taught me to rise above ignorance. And so this is my one time I'm not mama, and I'm sorry. I'm tired of rising above. Be kind to people who love you. Be kind to the people who want to help you. Love those who love you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you emotionally. That's the number one lesson to learn from this, because your life will not be better. I hope everyone has a good day, and I hope that I haven't offended too many people. Happy Sunday.